What is up, guys? Thanks for watching. This is Pete from the Sundae Drive, and today it's basically like Christmas Day for car people. We have a special shipment that just came in, and we're gonna show you what that is right now. Whoa, look at that, right here. Okay, so in these boxes are wheels made by JNC. The model number is 003, and we're gonna open these babies up. I should probably have a knife. Oh, okay, so let's pop these things open. Now these are 15-inch wheels by 9-inch wheels, and I know that they are very common for Exocet guys, but there's not a whole lot of information out about them. So let's open this. All right, so these are aluminum wheels, 10 spokes, as you can see, and if you look, there's a lot of holes, but really you're only going to use 4 of them. So there's 2 different bolt patterns that these wheels will fit, 4x100 and 4x114. For us, we're going to use the 4x100 since that's what Miatas run, and since the Exocet is made of Miata parts, that's what we end up with. So it's a 9-inch wide wheel, and I actually like how this wheel looks, and it's surprisingly affordable. The whole set was for what was it, Cliff? Like $440 or something? It's a 0 offset wheel, which is hard to find for Miata guys. Most Miata wheels have a positive offset. The wheels that we are running right now on the Miata are positive 36 offset, which is not ideal because we want to run rider wheels and not have to run huge spacers like we currently do on our rear wheel. There wasn't a lot of information about the weight of these wheels online. I really couldn't find anything. So I'd like to get them on a scale and show you guys. So obviously this is a highly accurate bathroom scale. We're not worried about getting down to the ounces. I just want to know what the roundabout weight of these things are, because the current weight of the wheels that we have are 13 pounds about. So they're really nice wheels, it's just the offset wasn't correct. So let's throw this on here. I'm reading, my hand's not applying any force to this, 13 pounds. Which I actually did not expect at all. I was expecting somewhere of like 20 pounds for these wheels. This is incredible. I'm so happy right now because the old wheels we had were 13 pounds, and I was upset about increasing the unsprung weight of our wheels and tires. These wheels come with a nice center cap that you can actually pop out very easily. So next up after the weight is how will these fit our car? I've seen some people say that they might not clear the brake calipers on their car, so we're gonna go ahead and fit these onto our car. But obviously, no wheel package will be complete without, come here, come to Papa, new tires. Let's weigh these. 22 pounds, oh boy. Okay, so these are heavy. These things are heavy. But what we have here are some Hankook Ventus RS4s. These are an extreme summer performance tire, so they're not quite like our Hoosier R7s that we currently run. They'll actually do okay in the rain. So now that we've got these tires and wheels mounted, I'm gonna go ahead and test fit them on the Exocet. All right, let me grab the camera and show you why these wheels do not clear. So these wheels aren't sitting flat on the hub. So right here on the brake caliper hits the spokes on the wheel. These wheels have a very flat spoke design, so as a result, we're gonna need spacers right here. So I took a guess at a spacer size and hoped that 5 millimeters would be enough. All right, now it clears that caliper. So let me bolt this up real quick. All right, that's perfect. So that gave us just enough clearance with the 5 millimeter spacer. Also, for the record, here's how the old wheels sat. If you look at the upper control arm, there's a circle right here. That's where the ball joint is. I'm gonna use this as a reference point. All right, so this is with the new wheel, and as you can see, you can almost see the entire upper ball joint circle right there, right? So these wheels stick out a lot further. Obviously, the 5 millimeter spacer has something to do with it so that the wheels clear the brake calipers, but otherwise, that's what it looks like. I think it looks good, real good. And since it sticks out a little bit further, now I definitely don't have to worry about it hitting the front sway bar, because it looks like at full lock, I was getting some of that too. So that should relieve that issue. So looking straight down at the rear wheel, we're about a little over 2.5 inches And as you can see, we had to add a spacer because the tire was actually hitting the frame with these wheels. Alright, so on like the front, there's no clearance issues with the brake calipers in the rear. Now the wheel is sitting a little bit closer to the frame than the old wheel with the 1-inch spacer. It's at about 2 inches, where the other one was about 2.5, maybe a tiny bit over it. But just to keep the whole setup square, I'm gonna add my 5mm spacer in the back too, so that everything's equal. One thing is that based on the reviews of these spacers, people were saying that you don't necessarily need to go with extended studs, but in this case, I'm just not really happy with how much these lug nuts are screwing onto the studs. I feel like they should bite on a little bit more thread. I'd say they're getting about halfway, but I don't know, for safety, it'd be better to have a longer stud. So that's probably what we're gonna be doing in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of these wheels and tires on and see how that setup looks. And I don't know, the whole car just looks like it's got a more wide stance. And I cannot wait to try these 245s out on the track. I'm going in 2 weeks to Millville, New Jersey. So stay tuned, guys. If you like this video, please give us a big like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.